What's up, students? Mr. Durham here for another Google Apps tutorial. Today we're going to talk about Google Sheets. This is to go along with assignment 3.2 Apple products. So at this time, if you are doing this along with me, you need to have 3 tabs open. You need to have your Canvas tab open and to the assignment 3.2 Apple Store products. You need to have your Google Sheet open to 3.2 Apple Store product sales. Should say student copy. And then you also need to have your instructions open to the Apple Store product sales. And today we're going to use a spreadsheet to calculate data. More data, more data. Okay, so let's take a look at this. You can also find the links to stuff in Canvas. Here you can find the link to the PDF instructions, the directions, and down here is the link to the assignment itself. And let's get started. We're going to start today with step 3. Step 3 is all about correcting multiple errors. So sometimes if you find that you've written something the same way over and over and over again into Google Sheets, there's a way to correct that all in one go. It's called find and replace. So as you can see here on the left-hand side, there is this product and it says in A11, A12, A13, it says MacBook, but that's not how Apple spells it. That's not how they do it. So here's what we need to do. We need to go to edit. We need to go down to find and replace. In the edit menu, and then we can find the error. So it's what we have to type in first. We need to type in the error, which is MacBook. And then we need to replace it with the correction. So MacBook. All right. And then you can say replace all. And you can find that it replaced 3 times that was done. Click done. And here you are, 1, 2, 3, all done. That's the first thing. Let's go back to our instructions sheet now. Let's scroll on down. Number 4, in the find and replace dialog box, we did that. Now we need to format as currency. Currency is money, and because we're talking about sales, all of these numbers are actually money. So we need to select the header for column B. Here's column B. And then above column B, you see what I did there? I just clicked right here on the B. And then above column B, there's a money symbol, and this is going to format or change the numbers in that to being with money or currency. So we're going to change it to currency, and you see how it changed it and gave it the decimal point with the zeros. That's our first step there. All right, let's see what's next. Okay, so now we're going to talk about formulas. Google Sheets has the ability to recognize certain mathematical formulas, and these are typed in a very, very specific way. So pay attention and we'll walk through it together. All formulas must begin with an equal sign. So we're going to click into the cell and we're going to click the equal sign. When we click the equal sign, as you can see here, let's do a little focus zoom here. As you can see there, the equal sign means we're getting ready to do some math. That's what it means. So let's go back to our directions. And then we're going to calculate sales tax using multiplication in cell C11. So we're going to be in cell C11. And you can look at this and you can think, oh man, that doesn't look like a math problem that I've done. Well, here's a couple of things that we need to talk about. We want to talk about what's in the cell, not the number itself. So when we look at this, if we do it this way, it doesn't matter what goes into B11. It's going to change with the program. So that's super slick that you don't have to go and redo the math problem every time you change this number. It'll just update for you. So we want to talk about the cell itself, which the name of the cell is B11. So we're going to start with typing in B11, or you can click on the cell B11 and it'll put it in there. And now we're talking about math. We're going to talk about multiplication. Another way to display multiplication is with an asterisk or the star. That is located on your keyboard on the number 8. So if you hold down Shift 8, now we're going to multiply B11 times 7%. The number 7, and then Shift number 5. And when we click the Enter button, we get $700.27 or $727.44. If you didn't quite get that, now's a great time to pause. Click the back 15 seconds button and watch that again. Okay? All right. So we're going to enter it, and now we can apply the formula in C11 to the other cells by using the autofill feature. So remember, with the autofill, we're going to click on, I'm going to get rid of this thing. We're going to click on the corner here. We're going to click on the corner here. And when we click on that corner, when we have our cursor that's shaped like a crosshairs or a plus, and we drag down, it's going to autofill all of these cells with that same math problem. So it's going to just continue it down. That's another good reason on why we use the cell and not the number. If we use just the number, we would have to type it in every single time and type in the number every single time. But if we do if we do the name of the cell, B11, it can recognize the pattern. Oh, you want to do the same math problem for all of these, and then it'll automatically do it. So total. So now we need to add these two cells together. So once again, we're going to start with equals to say, hey, we're going to do some math. And that's not right, so we're not going to do that. And we want to add these two cells together. So we're going to click on that cell. We're going to put plus. Oopsies. We're going to put a plus. And then we're going to go C11. C11. And we can click Enter. And there you go. And we can do the same thing again. We can click. Use the autofill to drag it down. And then it'll autofill it in for you. So now we've done almost all of the math for this. This was pretty straightforward. This cell plus this cell times this. So what if we wanted to do multiple numbers? What if we wanted to do this entire column B, and we wanted to figure out if we added that up, because we want the total for the week. So how could we do that? Well, you could do it the same way, where you click equals, and then B19 plus B20 plus B21 plus, but there's a better way. So pay attention, please. So if we're going to do equals again, because we're going to tell it, hey, we're doing some math, and we're going to start using some of those fancy formulas. Now up here, we have this functions menu. It looks like a sideways E or a sideways M. You're going to click on that and go down to sum. The sum is the answer to an addition problem. And that's what we want to figure out. We want to figure out the answer to this addition problem. And it's going to be this whole column here. We're going to do B11 and then drag all the way down, click and drag all the way down to B27. So it's going to show B11 to B27. And when you click enter, you should get 101, 101. Now we want to know how much that is per day. So if this is our weekly total and we divided it by 7 days in a week, then we could figure out the average of this. So we can start again with equals. We're going to click on this cell and we're going to go divided by 7. And that'll give us our total for that. Let's check in on our instructions sheet now. Oh, we did such a good job. Look at that. We're done with that. I think it's a good thing that if you get lost, you should probably come back and check this page. A lot of times I do it by memory. And one thing that I didn't really mention that I should have is the / is another way of saying division. So instead of the line with the 2 dots, we can use this /. So now we're going to go to 12, step 12, and we're going to resize column A so that everything is visible. Because if we look at this, some things are getting cut off, especially down here. So if we hover in between A and B and we get that double arrow and we click twice, it'll automatically adjust so that everything fits. So you got to do that. Let's see what's next. We're going to center align A1 through A4. So this here, we're going to click and drag on those to select them. And then we're going to go here to our alignment tool, and we're going to click on center so we can see that we can center it. And then we're going to change it back to left align. So we can go back to here and click left to move it back to the left side of the cells. And now we're going to bold A10 through D10. So A10 through D10. So we can click and drag over these. And we're going to click the B in the toolbar for bold. And we're going to change the cells. Right align. We're going to right align B10 through D10. So B10 through D10. Click and drag over those. And we're going to right align them. That's looking better. Now we're going to view formulas. To display all of the formulas rather than values, from the views, select all formulas, alternately push Control+. So we're going to see that. So if we go view and we say view formulas, show formulas, see, it's going to show us the formulas that was used instead of the answers. And you can see that it's showing us that it just automatically filled in the next number down, 21, 22, 23, 24. We can undo that. I go into view and undo that. Okay, and I think that's it. I think that's the whole thing. We're getting to print, so that means we're done. Proofread to make sure that it's correct. So recap, here's what you should have. You should have the math finished for column C and column D. You should have the total for the week down in B29 and the average daily sales in B30. The column for A should be auto-sized so that all of the words fit in there. And then we adjusted some of the formatting for row 10. That is it. If you have any questions, please feel free to send me an email or message me on Canvas. I'm here for you. Also, feel free to come to your office hours or your small groups on Fridays. Whatever you need, I'm here for you. I hope you all have a good rest of your day, and I'll talk to you soon.